Olight adds to its growing family of weapon mountable lights with the new Olight PL-Mini. Thanks to Olight for sending me this to try out. Weapon lights are one of my favorite things to test, as it gives me an excuse to head to the range for some target practice and testing. The PL-Mini is designed to be very small and rechargeable. This breaks tradition from most weapon lights that use lithium primary cells like CR123s or CR2032s. The build quality of this light is great. It's machined from aluminum and it's got a built-in non-replaceable battery. The light housing is mostly pinned together, as you can see here, and you can see here on the side and elsewhere. It's mostly just one piece. There's another pin back there. So these screws just are serviceable for these removable parts here. And then you've got the rail option here to change out between a Glock rail and a 1913 Picatinny style rail. This comes with the tools necessary to change, and these screws are Loctited, which is nice. I really like the Olight quick release system, which is really just as easy as flipping that lever. What it does is you flip that and it makes this just slightly larger. Mine was just a little bit sticky the very first time, so I had to kind of push it like this to get it going, but since then it's been great and nice and springy. The toggles back here are made from plastic and they just push down. They don't push to the side, they don't push from the back, just down. And you can see how they're made here with a little rubber contact that squishes when you push down. It's not a real tactile click when it turns on, but it's you can feel it and you know when you're on. If you do a quick press, it stays on. If you press and hold for just a second, it's momentary. Mounting it to a Glock 19 is very simple. It mounts on just like that. You push down and there it is. It's on, it's solid, it's not going anywhere. It's just really easy to actuate. It's very easy to just move my finger from the top of the slide down and boom, I'm on or off. I shot out 200 rounds with this light attached with my Glock 19 primarily and my Glock 22. No problems there. Light continues to function, work great. Unbelievably, this light only weighs 2.32 ounces. That's really light. That's with battery ready to go, mount to your pistol. So overall, longest size here with this light is basically 61.3 millimeters. Width comes in at 26.14 millimeters. So again, very, very small, and I guess height at a maximum is 27.1. This light uses a Cree XPL HI LED in cool white. It's very centered in the light, and lumens is quoted at 400 lumens on high with a step down to 60 lumens. That doesn't sound like a lot, but you'll see from my night shots, it's more than enough for most pistol shooting distances in my opinion. This is a great self-defense or home defense option, and it throws more light than I expected. The reflector inside there is smooth and the glass is anti-reflective coated. This light is rated for IPX6, and I had no problems when I took it out in the rain. In my testing with the ceiling bouncing out, the gradual step down from 400 lumens to 60 lumens happened just after a few minutes, and then it slowly, over the course of the next 6 minutes, went down to 60 lumens. It's not a noticeable change when you're just watching, and it remained at the 60 lumens for 45 minutes. At about the 62-minute mark, it took a rapid decline to zero and shut off due to low voltage protection. Heat really isn't an issue with this light. I didn't bother to test it because after 10 minutes of runtime, it was barely even warm to the touch. Here is the Olight PL-Mini, and I've got this mounted on my Glock 19, and as you can see here, inside in a home defense situation, this 400 lumens is more than enough. This is about 30 feet to the kitchen there, and it's just plenty of room, no problem for any home defense type situation. This light uses the familiar Olight magnetic recharging system here, and when it's connected, and you can really barely see it here, but you get a red LED light. I've got it connected to a battery pack here, and it's charging. When it's completely charged, it's green. You just pull on, pull off. You can do this mounted to most guns, no problem. So that's a nice touch. This is noted, as you can see there, as special. And it's reverse magnetic to all the other Olight magnetic recharging systems on the S30R or the S2R. I asked Olight what the difference was, and they said it's designed for faster field charging. From a completely dead battery, after the light had shut off due to low voltage protection, I was able to charge it in 1 hour. The charging numbers were pretty low, but given the size of the battery, it's decently fast. The charging speeds I saw with that low battery were 5.07 volts at 1.86 watts with an amp rating of 0.37. And the total capacity I recharged it back to was 1,136 milliamp hours. This light is also able to be turned on while charging, as you can see there. And that's a nice shot of the beam pattern itself. Again, it's pretty smooth. It's got, I'd call it a warmish center. It's a nice beam pattern for this type of light. Being able to use this light while recharging, I think, opens it up for extra use cases, like maybe even using it as a bike light. I do wish Olight would have explained in the manual or on their website the charging situation. I feel like it would have made a bit of a better choice if they would have anodized this cap a different color, or just made something to make it stand out from their other chargers, as I think it'd be really frustrating if you grabbed this one thinking you had a normal one and then weren't able to charge your lights on a trip. Is the magnetic recharging safe? With the H2R, there were concerns about the magnetic charging, and Olight has since sent out a revised tail cap for people who are affected and interested. So I tested this one pretty extensively, and on these metal contacts here, I detected no voltage when the light isn't plugged in to recharge. So obviously, Olight's heard our concerns and addressed them. Here is the packaging that came through, and I had a little bit of difficulty opening mine, so it's not quite in pristine condition. But they measured at 75 meter throw, 71 minutes, and Cree XPL-HI. It's got the standard information. This one does come with only a 2-year warranty from some of the other Olights that are 5-year. And it just gives you some basic stats and information here. Here's what you get when you roughly open the package. You get the light in this top mounted plastic. Underneath there you have the recharging system. Underneath that you have the instructions, and then you have an Allen key and an extra rail for your 1913 Picatinny system. When I compare the PL-Mini to the PL2, Olight's largest weapon light, you can really see the size difference between these two. This uses 2 CR123 batteries. This is built in and unique. And big difference in weight, big difference in size. The PL-Mini is a great option, I think. Since this is a new light, there isn't any holster support yet from established manufacturers. This has been a problem with other Olight weapon lights, and I'm surprised they don't establish a relationship with a few manufacturers so that holsters are available during launch instead of months later. I feel like this would be a quick way to boost sales of a new light quickly, especially one that's so small. I think this will be a popular light from Olight. It provides more than enough light to use in a self-defense situation while being in a very small package. I like the ergonomics of this light, with the buttons being on the left or the right hand side for shooters, and its simple to operate modes, of which there is only one. The buttons here are also easy to press as they're close to the trigger guard. Being rechargeable means that it's less expensive to operate and more convenient to use while on patrol or during training. I think the price is pretty attractive for its offering, given the other options on the market for rail-mounted lights. I think this is the perfect size light for compact pistols like the Glock 19, PZ-10C, etc. It's got a pretty good, impressive throw for its size, and the amount of runtime is decent. A couple of cons would be there's no holsters commercially available yet, and I wish the PL-Mini charger was more distinctive in its look, so you didn't grab the wrong one by accident. The time step down isn't great, especially since this light doesn't get very hot, run brighter for longer. If you like this video, please make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Doing so helps me bring more reviews like this to you. Thanks.